Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. And today, I'm be reading A Todoroki Reader by Darling Gandaris on Tumblr. So let's get into it. Out the classroom, up the stairs, across the roof, into the closet. That's the route Gwen took every single day at the start of the breaks. She had to be quick to act properly, and every time, she succeeded. Until today, after sprinting up the stairs like normal, she stopped dead in her tracks when she saw the hated figure she was trying to avoid like the plague, with her two sidekicks on either arm. The tall blonde girl in the middle stared at. So you went here all this time? In the closet? Like a mouse running from a cat? Her sidekick laughed at this analogy, as if it were the most clever thing they'd heard their entire life, and took hesitating step back, her mind racing to find some way to escape. She could still run down the stairs, and hide in the toilet for the time being, or she could. A loud bang behind her made her jump and squeak. The door to the roof was shut forcefully by another one of her bully sidekicks, who had now triumphantly crossed her arms. Then the right side of the blonde girl exclaimed, "Did you hear that? Just like a mouse." While the other girl hollered from laughter, the main bully spat. "No, not a mouse. More like a rat." The girl started closing in on Moyan, who was skitishly shifting her weight from one foot to the other. She didn't see an escape. She had no choice but to confront them. But then again, she had absolutely no way of besting them through physical strength alone, and she doubted to listen to her pleas. Fear made her limbs tremble and her eyes water. She wanted to tell them to stay away and leave her alone, but what good would that do? The main bully saw her fear and hissed. "Rats are unwanted. You know what we do to rats, right?" She grabbed something from her pocket. It was a box cutter. Shimmering in the sunlight that hit the roof, it looked new and very, very sharp. "We haven't seen you in a while. How about we make up for all that missed time?" The click and sound that the box cutter made, as she extended the blade, made mine sweat. With her heart beating like a drum and her blood rushing through her veins, she realized that they were going to hurt her, and she had no way to stop them. Giving up on both fighting or fleeing, mine simply crouched down, screwed her eyes shut, and put her arms in front of her face. A feeble attempt to protect herself against the sharp blade, instead of putting her like one would have hoped. The bully simply started laughing cruelly. As she heard their shoes shuffle closer to her cowering form, she only prayed that they at least would not kill her. Suddenly, one heard the loud bang of the door, being forcefully opened. Daring to open her eyes again, she was astounded by what she saw. She saw Todoroki, his hands balled in fists, and a furious expression in his face. She had never seen him like this. The most upset she had seen him was when he found out the cafeteria had run out of milk. Todoroki looked at her, and then to the main bully, who gasped and dropped her weapon. As he stomped over to her, she put her hands up apologetically. "Hey, Todoroki, we were just messing around. Girls having fun, you know?" "Fun? Is this what you call fun?" Todoroki snarled, gesturing at the box cutter on the ground, and Moyan, who was trying to wipe away the tears that formed earlier. The bully tried her best to fake a smile. She failed, as the corners of her mouth were obviously twitching nervously. "Yes?" Todoroki stuck his tongue in his cheek and crossed his arm. "I see. So that's fun. Then how about I show you some fun?" he said, and before the bully could react, Todoroki had slapped her with the back of his hand. The impact was so powerful, she was thrown on the floor. Her sidekicks gasped loudly and immediately rushed to her side when Todoroki rolled up his sleeves and approached her once again. The bully, now with a swollen cheek and watery eyes, said, all right. We're sorry. We'll go now." With that, the bully and her sidekick scrambled out of the door and back into the school, leaving Todoroki and Ryan alone on the roof. Ryan, having witnessed the entire scene, before her in the wonder, looked at Todoroki with admiration. He had just saved her from them. Those horrible people. who were going to brandish a blade against her. Not only that, but he looked so cool and hot while doing it too. Todoroki was a hero. Todoroki was her hero. Shoto faced my aunt with a kind smile and offered his hand to help her up. "Are you alright?" he asked, concern washing over his face. The whole thing made mine blush bright red. First he saved her this heroically, and now he treats her this kindly. It was almost like a night for her pants. Her heart was beating like crazy, but this time, not out of fear, but rather admiration and love. Another feeling she could not process. Unable to look into his eyes, she stammered, "Thank you, really, so much. I don't know what would have happened without you." "Thank you, Todoroki-kun." Todoroki laughed. He playfully said, "If you're so grateful, how about you make it up to me sometime? How does dinner sound?" I was unable to stop the smile from forming on her face, and immediately nodded this over. She just couldn't believe how badly her day started, and how well it was going now. "I would love to." "Here's your cash now. I don't want to see your face again." Todoroki threw a stack of money on the ground at the blonde girl's feet, still rubbing her cheek. The boy crouched down to count it. She complained, "You said you weren't going to actually hit me. I want more money for the damages." Snarling, Todoroki reached for his wallet again in annoyance, and threw an additional 3 bells at her head. "There. Happy? Now piss off. I never want to see you again." After she clutched the remaining money in her hands, the boy quickly left the scene, as she was told. When she was gone, Todoroki allowed his mouth to turn to a side grin. While it pained him to have put his lovely mind through something like this, his plan was working perfectly. He was her savior, and she will love him. There were no doubts about it. And she would never figure out that it was all orchestrated from the start.
Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.